Hey guys, check this out. It's the Nintendo Switch 2. I can't believe I actually just have it here in my hands and can give you one of your first hands-on preview with the new console that's launching June 5th of 2025. We've got a lot to go over, so let's go check it out. I'm playing Mario Kart World for the very first time, and this is a Mario Kart game like nothing you've ever played before, let me tell you that much. What's special about this new game is that it's Mario Kart in an open world format for the first time. So sure, I can just be playing my normal races, or I can go discover this amazing world that's been put together. There's even a knockout mode, which is basically a timed extended race where in order to keep going and have the chance at the title, you're gonna have to reach certain benchmarks by a certain amount of time. Such a cool concept. One of those things I'm surprised wasn't for Mario Kart before. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, let's go. I can already feel the benefit of the bigger sticks, especially, you know, as I'm steering here. On this big 7.9-inch LCD 1080p display, I can really be immersed in the game I'm playing right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looked great up there on the TV, but I would say for handheld mode, I can't be mad about this. Right here, I've got my original Nintendo Switch from 2017, and in my other hand, I have the new Nintendo Switch 2. I think the most obvious difference is the display size difference. On my old Switch, I got a 6.2-inch display. On the Switch 2, we're going up to a 7.9-inch display. As a result, the Switch 2 also has double the pixels, so we're going from a 720p up to a 1080p resolution, not 4K, not OLED, but I think if you're in the group of people who are considering an upgrade, you'll see a noticeable difference. We have two USB-C ports, which I think is pretty cool. That means you can hook up multiple accessories, a webcam, even when you have it docked. There's now USB-C access right here on the top. This system also has beefed up speakers, this new, very much more supportive kickstand right here, and we finally know what this mysterious C button is all about. It's for a set of features called GameChat, and GameChat is exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2. GameChat lets you connect online with friends so that you can share screens, chat with each other, be playing different games, the same games, just all about keeping you connected and inspiring a little more interactivity in your play. But how does GameChat actually work? Well, we have a microphone here now in the Switch 2, and we didn't get to test this for ourselves, but Nintendo is saying that the microphone can pick up on your voice clearly, even if there's a lot of ambient noise, maybe a blender going in the background. You can mute it whenever you want, and it will work not just in handheld mode, but also when you have the Switch docked. The one caveat I would say about GameChat is that you will need a Nintendo Switch Online membership in order to use it. However, at launch with the Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo is opening it up for all access until March 31st, 2026. So we talked about the screen, we talked about the microphone, the speakers, the USB-C inputs. Next up, we have Joy-Con 2. I'll show you right here. Look how easy that is to take out. It's now a magnetic release system. So just like that, it's not gonna be sliding in and out of the rails like I have to deal with all the time on my Switch. So this should be a big improvement, but this isn't the right place. Let me go show you how the Joy-Con 2 actually works. In addition to the new magnetic attachment system that should make the Joy-Con stay a bit easier, we have larger SL and SR buttons here on the inside. We have larger sticks on the left and right thumbs, and in general, these feel pretty nice. They're a bit curvier on the hands than before, but of course, you can use this with the attached controller, or you can upgrade to a Nintendo Switch Pro controller for the Nintendo Switch 2. But I'm about to show you what's actually the most interesting thing about the Joy-Con 2. First, I gotta make sure I'm strapped up properly, and then I'm gonna put the Joy-Con face down like this with the colored edge on a flat surface. And if you can see my arrow moving back there, it's like this is a mouse. And now I'm gonna use the right button to control, kind of like it'll take the place of the A button, essentially. The haptics in the Joy-Con 2 actually have the feeling of texture, like I have tires rolling across concrete. So I just played DragxDrive. That was so much fun, but I have to say, using the mouse functionality on the Joy-Con 2 is a little bit of a workout. In addition to all the new titles like DragxDrive, the console will support backwards compatibility, meaning you can play some of your existing Switch games on the Switch 2. Some titles will also be receiving a Switch 2 edition, bringing enhancements like mouse controls, audio recognition, and camera support, Super Mario Party Jamboree being one of the first to take advantage of these new features. I'm gonna try not to be a sore loser because it was really cool getting to see how the Nintendo Switch 2 camera works. You'll actually be able to unlock some new tools and functionality within the game using your faces, and it's so silly and so fun, maybe a little cringy at times, but that is what a party game should be, right?
Additionally, select games including Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Metroid Dread, and Kirby and the Forgotten Land will have upgrade packs available for purchase, allowing players to experience these remastered versions optimized for the new hardware without having to pay for all new games outright.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land is one of the games getting a Nintendo Switch 2 edition, which in this case is going to add a new level based on an all-new story with some new gameplay features. This is one of my favorite Switch games ever, and since I am already an owner of Kirby and the Forgotten Land, instead of buying an all-new game, I'm just going to have to buy, a pack that basically upgrades it to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition with these levels, and these crystals look gorgeous.
Now let me know if you'd want to see a whole video just about Switch 2 games, but I'll quickly run through some of the biggest titles. Elden Ring Tarnished Edition and Hades 2 are both making their way to the platform, while Split Fiction, a new co-op adventure reminiscent of It Takes Two, will be available at launch. Hogwarts Legacy is getting an enhanced edition for Switch 2, launching the same day as the console as well. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 and Hitman World of Assassination Signature Edition are also on the way. Nintendo happens to be collaborating on some fun new titles, including Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, a prequel to Tears of the Kingdom, launching this winter. Also looking ahead, the Duskbloods, a Switch 2 exclusive, is slated for 2026. Meanwhile, Kirby Air Ride is returning with the brand new Kirby Air Riders, and a brand new 3D platformer, Donkey Kong Bananza, arrives this July.
Oh, we're smashing. Look how good that looks, too. Although the issue with a game like this is I'm just going to try and smash every little single corner, even though I probably don't need to. Whoa. Mid-air dive and punch. Wow, look how much gold we got from that move. So now that we've talked about games, let's talk about storage for the Nintendo Switch 2. Here's where you'll put in your game card. The game cards for the Nintendo Switch 2 games will look a little bit different, but of course you can also download your games digitally. A very important change with expandable storage is that the Nintendo Switch 2 will only support micro SD express cards, not your regular micro SD, so that is something that you're gonna have to keep in mind. You might need to get a new SD card if you're upgrading. And I don't know how many people are going to be too thrilled about that when you consider the Nintendo Switch 2's price. $449. That makes it the most expensive Nintendo Switch console yet. But there are people who have argued that Nintendo could be charging more for the Switch in the first place. Maybe this price is a bit more aligned with the modern console market. But I don't know, is it a deal breaker for you? Let me know. I know we went over a lot for just a preview, so if you do have any follow-up questions, let me know in the comments. And if you're gonna wanna see more stuff related to Switch 2, there's a lot more information coming very soon. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another video from Tom's Guide. Otherwise, I've got some more games that I wanna go check out, so that's it for me for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.